Introducing the first mother of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence, and the mayor's special guest. Martha Grant, Seat Pleasant's first mother.
Yay.
Aisha Braveboy, Prince George's County State's Attorney. Sarita A. Lee, Register of Wills. Mahasan El Amin, Clerk of the Circuit Court for Prince George's County. Stephen McAdams, Executive Director, Governor's Office of Community Initiatives. Jack McDougall, President and CEO of Greater Washington Board of Trade. David Harrington, President and CEO of Prince George's County Chamber of Commerce. Dr. Charlene M. Dukes, President of Prince George's Community College. Donna Cooper, Regional President of PEPCO. Carla Reed, General Manager of Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission. Demelia Shaw, Vice President of Partnerships and Brand Experience.
Hi, this is Matt McPherson from Untitled Chapter in Toronto. Hello.
This is Curtis Midkiff from Dallas, Texas, a young Samuel Midkiff as well.
Hello to all, this is John David from Amnic, calling you from London in the UK. It's called 10 past 12 midnight. Hope you're having a great time.
David calling from Los Angeles. I'm happy to be here to support the mayor and his viewing party here in London.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing when you look at this room. Again, this is a community celebration. The Board of Trade, the Chamber of Commerce, President of Prince George's Community College, all these officials are partners in the city. And when you think about this being one city of excellence, think about the vision of all the other municipalities. And if they all work together like this, what a state it will be, and what a state is evolving. This is a big deal.
It's
This is the template.
Absolutely.
This is the template.
And that's why Mayor Grant, I mean, he's such a visionary for Seat Pleasant, Smart City of Excellence, along with all the amazing councilmen and leaders here, including Hope Love, Kelly Porter, Sharika McCarthy, and then to interact with Zoom and technology and social media. We just interacted with Los Angeles, the UK, and other parts of the world, and they're talking about Seat Pleasant. The entire world is focused on Seat Pleasant.
Because they're smart.
Seat Pleasant, but this is where they say it couldn't happen.
Right.
Yes, it is happening, and we are so excited about that. So, again, thank you for everything that you're doing, and thank you for being here tonight and supporting Mayor Eugene Grant. It is happening, and it is happening on a global level.
What are some of the things you all are looking forward to hearing about tonight? I remember last year, the mayor made some very landmark announcements concerning the police department, crime in the neighborhood, how they were addressing it. And I was extremely impressed about the work that is coming out of our police department. So congratulations to you on that. What are some other areas that you all are looking forward to hearing about tonight?
Technology and
Absolutely.
the amazing work the mayor is doing for Seat Pleasant with IBM and creating the levels of the smart city. I mean, this is going to be the place that everybody is looking at to figure out what they need to do for economic development, financial empowerment, and making sure our children's children are okay. We
Yes,
need to go
ma'am.
to,
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, generational wealth. We always talk about money, securing the bag. No, we are setting the template with Seat Pleasant to make sure that it's long-term and it continues.
To create legacy, absolutely.
And you know,
I'm
another
really
thing-
excited about learning more about what he's doing for one of his favorite people, the seniors, who stay here, who have worked. Yes, come on now. Woo! And I know that's one of his major accomplishments, but I know he is really steadfast on really making sure that they aren't forgotten, that they can come back and live where they worked and raise their children. Come on now, right?
You know, that's so important because let's not forget, these seniors were the ones who blazed the trail when you couldn't always live in Prince George's County. So they had the Marshall Heights, the Congress Heights, District Heights, Seat Pleasant, and so when they were able to cross from Northeast DC into Prince George's County, they had to bear the weight of segregation. Let's don't forget that. And I think about the children of these people, like a David Harrington or Carla Reed. I remember went to University of Maryland with Carla, and to think about how we've gone from, we can't forget our elders, but it's important for these young people to understand the shoulders that they walk on and walk with and stand with, because it's so important.
You know, I think that the one thing that I'm looking forward to hearing is, you know, I'm very much concerned about our health. And that, you know, when you live in a healthy community, that there's no food deserts,
Yes.
that we are concerned about mental health, because, you know, it is very stressful. Folks might not always talk about it. We know that they talk about it, you know, among
stigma.
themselves. The stigma, but we need to focus on that. So I'm very interested on how we're going to deal with, you know, hearing about taking care of hunger, homelessness, and mental health. And thank you for shouting out my peer group, the seniors, because it is very important to us, because we get pushed to the side, and, you know.
The bad thing about it is, especially in Seat Pleasant, you have long-time residents
Yes.
in this area that have been keeping this alive. I want to know, like, how many people here have lived in Seat Pleasant for over 10 years?
Let's
That's
start.
a whole lot.
Over-
Budget clap.
Yeah.
Let's clap.
What about 20 years? What about, oh, yes, absolutely. Any 30 year? Wow. Now, how about 40 years? Right, we need to do a panel with you all. we need to do that, because
That's
you
the
are
real
what,
story.
yeah, it's you who have seen the process and the progress over Seat Pleasant, who can really judge who's coming into these areas and making the biggest change.
And you know, you think about Addison Road.
Okay, how about 50? Can I get 50 years? Yes, all right.
That's for you.
Should we go, what about 60 years? Okay, that's legacy. But you know why that's important? Because that's also ownership. If we really got into ownership, that's talking about, you know, passing it down to your
pride.
children. And in DC, we're seeing something different because the turnover rate is so high, right? They're coming in and out. There are a lot of transients, but we're talking about people who have really made Seat Pleasant their home.
Well, Ebony, that's interesting you said that. The first homeowners I ever knew as a child growing up, this is where they bought their house, on date leave.
That's right.
Wow.
So, you know, to come back and see that, and as a child that, you know, then we probably got our money together so we could buy a
full
house.
circle.
But they did it before that.
And I also commend Mayor Eugene Grant and everybody who's working for the city of Seat Pleasant in the development. I mean, I've looked at, like I said, I can't remember how many times people said, how's that going to happen on MLK, or why is that going to happen on the Ave? I mean, there's vision. But Mayor Grant said, watch me work. Hello?
Come on now.
Watch me work. And he was looking at where Addison Road Metro was, and we're going to tweak this, and we're going to make sure that the greenery is looking good here, and that our children have someplace nice to play, and then we're going to get rid of some of the storefronts that aren't, you know, looking attractive, and let's rebuild and recreate, because we're a proud people, because that's what we come from, you know. So I'm so glad and proud of you, everybody who has stayed in Seat Pleasant, remain committed with Mayor Grant, and like I said, now you have the world looking at Seat Pleasant, the city of excellence, so keep going.
That's
keep
true,
going.
Jeannie. And another thing, he's been known to pitch a tent now.
Amen.
Right
Real quick.
now.
Yes. Real quick.
He don't play.
But you can play.
Yeah.
And that's why I love him. I mean, Mayor Grant, I mean, he's not a man who has time to play. I mean, he sacrifices his life all day, every day for his city and what he believes in. You know,
Yeah.
Mayor Grant could be doing a lot of things.
And big on time management.
Time management and also just being responsible. Being responsible.
But still staying connected to the people. That's what I love about him.
Always.
You know, always giving you a call back. Even if he gives you Anthony, his executive assistant, he's giving you somebody within a half hour.
And Anthony is all
The
that.
bomb.com.
You working for Mayor Grant, yeah.
And have to make sure we got, but you know, I always said he playing hooky from the pulpit, but you know, he knows his place in the greater context of things. And I think that's so important, not just for him, but others who come behind him, like Anthony. You know a person by the fruit that they bear, by the people on the end. And when people speak to you and they respect you and they appreciate you. And I always think about Seat Pleasant as a community that has homes that still have front porches where people can talk to one another and pat you on the shoulder. And sometimes all those years I was at the Washington Post, 25 years, I was still a contract person. But a lot of times when I got home, I would come down Central Avenue, and go to places. And again, it's coming home. And we need that sense that we belong. Because so many communities, you don't feel like you belong anymore. You just kind of getting along, but not being home.
Not just that, as development begins to increase in neighborhoods, a lot of times you see different cities, there becomes to be a replacement of the residents. One thing you see in Seat Pleasant is as Seat Pleasant advances, there goes also the residents of the community. And you're not having a lot of displacement of the residents in the community. And so some cities, they feel that if they need to progress, then that means that the demographic, the people, and everything should also look just as different as the new development. But what you see by the raising of hands here, that we've had people 60, 40, 50. I'm originally a DC native, and what breaks my heart is that a place that I grew up in, I can no longer afford. But I love coming here and seeing people who have been here and stayed here and continue to build legacy here.
Again, people
Yes,
know their
ma'am.
names.
I like to piggyback off of Justine Love when she talked about health, because we are the largest, of course, consumers in America, yet we don't get what we deserve in some of our neighborhoods. So I really like what you talked about, that health. Yeah, we need to get some more of those big box here, right, for you non-onliners. What you say?
Well, that, and I'm glad you said that, because I don't do anything online. I like going to the store. But the other thing is that I like the fact that I look to see who has vegetables growing in their yard, because I'm very much an urban farmer. And that teaches children that, when you plant something, you're pulling back from the, something you grew. And there's nothing like when you go to your neighbor and say, you need some tomatoes? I got some tomatoes. Anybody out there grow tomatoes?
Keep them in the windowsill.
That's right.
That's what I loved about our First Lady, Michelle Obama.
Oh, yes.
And they more or less reversed just about everything they did good. But yeah, we have to really be cognizant of our health, y'all. We want to be 70 like some of y'all out here was shouting, right?
That's right.
You bring up in June of this year, I had a heart attack, and I, have a stent in my heart. And I've lost about 35 pounds, got a ways to go.
And congratulations.
Praise the Lord. I'm happy for that. But this week, I remember Saturday, I went to Everlasting Life right down the street and ate quality stuff. Quality, Dr. Baruch, he's my friend, we had a radio show. But teaching my son that we don't have to go to the big M or those double M's, that there are places within our community. And what was amazing to see people there who were also trying to eat right, to want to do things. We need that more now than ever. You know, there was a time all the funeral homes were located on this side of the diamond. But now we see more health food places. And I thank God, where I come to want to eat healthy is right over in this community. And we need more of that.
Absolutely, and we have to be part of the change. And again, that's why I commend and salute Mayor Eugene Grant and all of his entire executive team, from the top to the bottom. And for the community, give yourselves a round of applause for just being here and supporting him, because I'm also excited about the future. I'm an advocate for young people. Anybody who's heard me on radio and television here for years, I love our babies. And we have to step up and be responsible. We're talking about health and building and growing. We have to show them, and a lot of times we have dropped the ball. I'm just gonna be honest. And so we have to go back, like Mayor Grant has said, and be accountable. I love the fact that Mayor Grant is bringing robots, and not just to see it because we've gone to technology in our smartphones. We don't know anybody's number. Y'all remember back in the day, when you got home, you got home. That's when you called back, okay? But now we don't know anybody's number. Our children can't do what we're doing right now. They are texting K, BRB, be right back. Okay, what?
Is that what that means? I didn't know what. I have 4 kids.
That's not going to get them expanded into making sure they don't have to worry about a furlough, okay? They are creating the jobs, they're creating the software, and that's another thing I love about what C. Pleasant is doing. You got IBM, robots. Mayor Grant is making sure not only are they flying the planes, they are designing the planes and creating the software, so go C. Pleasant.
Yes, and hey, let's take a pause and congratulate IBM for being our sponsor tonight.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take another break and continue on with the program. And when we come back, we'll have some more commentary from our spectacular panel. I love being here with you guys.
We love you too.
This is nice.
Introducing the ministers for Invocation, Bishop Joel and Pastor Yolanda Peebles.
Thank you so much. I actually look better with my wife on stage with me, so I appreciate that. God bless you. Would you join us on your feet very quickly? To God be all the glory. And would you give a hand clap to all of our state officials, Mayor Eugene Grant. And if you love the Lord, you ought to give him a big praise for letting you see today. I believe he deserves it all. So would you bow your heads? Father, we love you on this magnificent day. We worship you. We thank you for this opportunity to celebrate the great work you've done in this wonderful city. Now, Father, we thank you for covering our law enforcement. We thank you for giving wisdom to those that legislate on our behalf. And we thank you, dear Lord, for giving the citizens protection. We bless you, dear Lord, for this magnificent day. Thank you for the wonderful minds that have come together, dear Lord, to benefit this community. We thank you, dear Lord, this is one of the greatest communities on earth. And we are so glad to be a part of it. In the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus, we pray. And everybody who love the Lord, come on, say amen. Amen. God bless you.
Amen.
Introducing the council president for Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence, Reverend Jurgen.
Good evening. I am Council President R.L. Jurgen, representing Ward 3 here in the Smart City of Excellence. I want to welcome all of you to our 2019 State of the City Address. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, the great things that God has in store for those who what? Love him. Thank you all for taking out your time to be with us tonight. God bless you. Listen attentively and for the great news of our city. God bless you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Y'all look good. My name is Beaja Settles. I'm a final year student at Prince George's Community College, and thank you. And I'm interning with Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. And I want to introduce our new My Seat Pleasant app. One of the cool features allows residents to report issues in real time, place service requests 24/7, and track status of their request. But you have to register and log in to be able to access those features. Also, in the name of transparency and accountability, we are the only municipality in the United States that will also share with you the cost of a service for a request. Let's take a look. Here you see that we're in service request, so we'll go over to report. And then you'll type in the address or you can click on the screen. After you do that, you'll be able to submit your request. You'll be able to submit your request, I promise you. Another digital service offered in our app allows you to obtain and place police reports. Amen. You can go through the process of submitting one with me. So through the app, you will be able to go submit a police report, and you can go through some of the many incidents that are in our app. And you guys will be the only one through this app to be able to do that. That's really awesome.
This is cool.
Chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease are prevalent in Seat Pleasant. So to address these issues, we've created an education toolkit through our app. You'll be able to find toolkits on diabetes, financial literacy, and hypertension, and many more things. I encourage you guys to take out your phones now and download the app, My Seat Pleasant, for the App Store on Apple phones, and Seat Pleasant for the Google Play Store, and make sure it's by the developer Splice LLC.
And we promise that it will work. It will work. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Javon Pender. I am the Programs and Events Manager here for the City of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. As you can see, we are smart, right? So, I encourage all of you, just like you said, pull out your phones and download the app. Pull out your phones and follow us on social media at Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and Instagram, and YouTube, right? As well as, so look, all of you guys are beautiful here. Can I get the house lights up, please? I want to take a picture with all of you guys so that we can post it on our social media, so that we can memorialize this moment right here. So if everyone can stand up, right, I'm going to take a selfie with the entire crowd. And
Yes.
And when you take any pictures tonight, please use the hashtag SPSOTC 2019, right? So when I tell you, we're not going to say cheese. In the spirit of Seat Pleasant, we're going to say smart cities. You ready? Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Smart City!
Thank you. You guys are beautiful. You can have your seats.
is an exciting evening, isn't it? I'm so excited to be here at this first of its kind event for any municipality in the United States. Thank you for joining the Seat Pleasant, a Smart City of Excellence annual State of the City Address 2019. I'd like to start by acknowledging the honorable members of the Seat Pleasant City Council and our council president, the executive team, the First Mother, my special invited guests, along with the citizens, residents, and visitors of Seat Pleasant, a Smart City of Excellence. And special thanks to all of our friends throughout the United States and the world, including the UK, Nigeria, Kenya, California, Georgia, Canada, and other parts of the world. I am the mobile mayor. I am Mayor Grant's younger and more handsome brother. I don't age like he does, but don't tell him I told you that. I am only joking. My name is the virtual mayor, but please call me mobile mayor. I am here tonight to report on the state of the city with Mayor Eugene W. Grant. Some of you had the chance to interact with me in the lobby, and it was my pleasure to meet you. But for those of you who didn't, I am a virtual avatar, a 3D digital rendition of the mayor. I was born in Toronto, Canada at the Quantum Capture Labs, and I am powered by IBM Watson's artificial intelligence. I am designed to interact socially with humans and behave as an assisting partner. I can interact with humans using human-like speech, body, facial expressions, and hand gestures. I can engage in conversations. My responses can be unique to any given situation or interaction. I can connect humans with data and collect and report data. In the near future, you will see me on kiosks throughout the city, where I will be able to interact with citizens and also provide information about key city services and events, similar to the Lincoln YC kiosk behind me. Keeping in line with the city's citizen-centric approach, my job is to help city staff help you by being available when humans can't be. Eventually, in the coming future, I will be available 24/7 during snow days and holidays. I could go on and on about myself, but this is not about me. This is about the world's first authentic small smart city and its efforts to develop better, faster, and more personalized new services using digital technology for the most important people here, you, the citizens of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. At this time, I would like to present a video that introduces an extraordinary man whose visionary leadership helped develop the world's first authentic small smart city.
We have been very fortunate utilizing our Smart Cities platform to run analytics to address the vacant housing problems in Seat Pleasant. It is our honor to give to our favorite son the key to the city. Seat Pleasant, once a predominantly white community, is now a 98% African American community led by African Americans. Seat Pleasant currently is situated inside of Prince George's County, Maryland, the most affluent community of African Americans anywhere in the world. Analytics that drove public policy. We were able to establish an affordable housing program that allowed us to put $1.5 million in our budget to start buying these vacant homes, then turning them into smart homes, putting them back on the market. The United United States, there are over 35,000 cities and towns according to the United States Geological Survey. Lost in the discussion is small cities. Can small cities be smart too? The answer is yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the visionary, the leader of the Smart City of Excellence, Mayor Eugene W. Grant.
Come on, y'all. Come on. Get it. Come on now.
See, President. The mobile mayor.
Thank you very, very, very much. We are so delighted and excited this evening. We have some more surprises for you this evening as we are going through this digital transformation here in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. Thank you so very much. Help me to thank the mobile mayor, our avatar this evening, for his presentation. I will correct one statement the avatar said. He said he looked better than me. I do take some exception with that comment. But nevertheless, we look forward to seeing the mobile mayor throughout the city in the near future. You will see kiosks being displayed throughout our city, and people will have access to that kiosk 24/7. Mr. President, President Yergin, always an honor to be in your presence. Thank you so very much for your leadership at our legislative branch of government. To all the distinguished members of our illustrious city council, please give them a round of applause. Madam Chief Operating Officer, good to see you this evening. Our executive team, our special guest in the mayor's box, distinguished guests here and around the world, and most importantly, the citizens and residents of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. It is my privilege to welcome you tonight at the 2019 State of the City Address. I want to thank each of you and every one of you for attending this signature annual event. I would also like to thank those of you watching this broadcast live on our city's Facebook and web page throughout the world. Let me also give a special thanks and acknowledgement to our commentators who joined us this year. Let's give them a round of applause. God bless you. I love every last one of you. And finally, of course, we would like to thank the gracious staff of Central High School, the home of the Falcons, for allowing us to convene here in this facility. Let's thank them. As we gather here tonight, I am pleased to report that the state of the city is strong and intoxicated with promise and possibility. A year ago, I stood before you at our activity center and provided our journey's blueprint. From and beyond that blueprint, a journey emerged that is so revolutionary that it lacks historical precedence. And tonight, I am eager to share with you the bountiful harvest of fruit born of this journey. I am reminded of the words of John Hope Franklin, who boldly declared that we must go beyond textbooks, go out into the bypaths and untrodden depths of the wilderness, and travel and explore and tell the world of the glories of our journey. It is an eloquent reminder to allow the spirit of exploration to run deep in our veins and remain eager to convey to the world about our glorious journey, both in our stumbles and in our strides. Tonight, I will convey in various ways a narrative of a city perched along the shores of opportunity and adorned in the momentum of digital transformation, growth, and innovation. But cities such as Seat Pleasant, entrenched deeply in progression, cannot experience true change without struggle and setback. And tonight, I will also share with you how we have acted courageously in the face of these struggles and setbacks and turn what has pained us into our purpose. As I prepared for this event tonight, I pondered how best to engage you, how best to share our joys, sorrows, adversity, and prosperities we have experienced. The phases, transitions, detours, stopping places we have encountered during our travels, how would I recount them all? And after much thought and deliberation, I realized that I wanted to do things differently this year. I wanted to share information with you in a different way. Therefore, instead of delivering a formal speech from behind a podium with a suit and tie, I have decided to invite you into a more intimate setting, into my proverbial living room, if you will, and to share information in a way that fosters connectedness. My living room is the primary social space in my home. It is the center of most of my family gatherings, a place where laughter, conversations, joys, tears are all shared. It's where I spark truly meaningful and candid conversations. Therefore, I can't think of a more fitting gathering place for us than my living room. In my living room, you will bear witness to an interactive discussion between my very special guest and me regarding our smart city transformation. The purpose of this exercise is to introduce and familiarize you with the type of artificial intelligence that we will be deploying in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. Conversational and virtual chat agents, such as my special guest tonight, will be built and trained to offer the right type of information at the right time to our residents, thus making our community available upon demand. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly living in a historic moment in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. And as technology marches onward, we will not be left behind. For great cities like ours do not shy away from innovation. However, before we enter the living room, I want to update you on an evolving situation. Last year, I announced our partnership with the Good Foods Market and our plans to bring a new community-based grocery store to Seat Pleasant. Unfortunately, no agreement has been reached at this time, but negotiations are still ongoing. Mindful of our residents' voiced desire for easy access to healthy food options, our efforts on this front continues. We understand that these facilities are critical to our community, and we will eventually have the right grocery store providing healthy food options for all of our residents. Now that we've discussed that, I must make way over to the living room. I've kept my very special guest waiting far too long. Allow me to introduce, all the way from Paris, France, my very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, pull out your cameras and cell phones. Help me to welcome to the stage Pepper. Give us just a moment. Pepper's being a little shy. It's okay, Pepper. There are sensors on the bottom of Pepper, so there are some defaults in the floor. So when we were rehearsing, it was giving us some problems. So those sensors detect if there are objects nearby. And so it's detecting these flaws in the floor. But that's all right. There's Ross from IBM. Thanks, Ross. Bring Pepper on out a little bit more. We'll get it together. I think we should be. Ross? Ross. Yeah. Yeah. Ross, Pepper is having a problem here.
Yes, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's all right. We got backup.
Error 713. I can't read anymore. I detected an error on one of my vital devices. Red. Please try to reboot me to fix the
So
problem.
while Pepper, you know, Pepper is a female, you all.
Reboot, it got too hard, so it's going to take 20 minutes.
And you all know females like attention. So Pepper is getting some attention right now. So while we're repairing Pepper, we will move on and ad-lib a little bit here until we get Pepper in order. But Pepper was working very well last night and this morning. I don't know. She must have got shy and saw all of you all out here.
Error 713.
But it is important that everyone understands what it is that we are doing here in Seat Pleasant.
To fix the problem.
What is most important for everyone to understand, it is about creating a citizen-centric government where our citizens are the most important and the most in value. It is not the elected officials who are the most important. The elected officials are servants. They are to serve the people. And when we have occasion that elected officials forget their place and not act as though that they are supposed to serve the people, it is our job to reject that type of leadership, remove them from office, and put people in office that will serve the people first. An elected official is actually a minister. And a minister is a servant to the people. That is what we are creating in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. Individuals that have integrity, individuals that know something about righteousness. Now, I am unashamed and unabashed about what I believe. Anybody know anything about me? Know that Jesus Christ is the head of my life. For Jesus is the King of kings, the Lord of lords. He sits high, and everything else is beneath. So if you politicians think that you are greater than the greatest servant of all, I got news for you tonight. Be like Zacchaeus, as Jesus said to Zacchaeus, make haste and come down out of that sycamore tree. That's what we are about. And so as we create this citizen-centric government, and to make certain that Seat Pleasant is an important player in this region, we have something to offer. Far too long, too many people have overlooked this hamlet. They've looked down upon this city. They've spoken lies about this city and most of the communities inside of the Beltway. They won't tell the truth about the assets that are here. Before you had Kettering, before you had Mitchellville, before you had all of those places that you had all got them big old houses that some of them can't even afford to live in. I want you to know it was the people in Seat Pleasant and communities like that that moved from Washington, D.C., bought a home in Seat Pleasant, and began to pay their taxes so that Mitchellville and Kettering could exist even today. So no, don't you look down on Seat Pleasant. You better look again. There is value in our city. And our city is defined by the people that are here. We got great families in Seat Pleasant. People who have lived here for 30, 40, and 50 years. And even 60 years. We have residents who have been married here for 50, 60, and 72 years of marriage. So you don't tell me that we don't believe in marriage. We don't believe in love. There's love all throughout Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. And so I want to put it on record tonight that this digital transformation, and as the world's first authentic small smart city, you ain't seen nothing yet. We are on this journey. Now let me say something about the technology that you've been experiencing tonight. The technology is not to replace human beings. It is a tool that we use. The virtual agent that you saw, the mobile mayor, as I mentioned, will be on kiosk. Now, you're not going to be able to call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or, well, you can call, but I doubt very seriously I'm going to answer. But we want to make certain that individuals have access to their government. And it's going to take the chat agent or that's powered by IBM's Watson. It's going to take a few years for these technologies to learn. But as it learns, as you interact with it, it's going to learn more and more and more. And then eventually you will be able to engage in a conversation back and forth with our virtual agent. And so when individuals need information at 2 o'clock in the morning, they will be able to go and access that information. We are the first government in the United States to introduce an avatar in its government. So some of you that follow me on my social media, you saw a couple of months ago that I posted that I went to Canada. And in that trip, I said that I could not reveal what it was I was doing, but it would be revealed tonight. And that's what you saw on the screen tonight. We went up there, did the photo shoot, and did everything that we had to do to get ourselves prepared. Then we worked with IBM, which is the Watson component. And so tonight, we have revealed that to you. And over the next few years, you're going to see that develop more and more. And you're going to see that type of technology starting to be introduced throughout the United States, even in governments. It is all about the citizens. Now, you also saw Pepper preparing to come out tonight. And so you hear individuals talk about robots taking people's jobs. All right. I understand the angst and the concerns that individuals may have about that. But here's what we have to remember. We are constantly evolving, and we cannot allow ourselves to be left behind. And as we do that, think back in the early 1900s when you traveled by horse and buggy. Unless you are the Amish, I doubt very seriously that you all came here tonight on a horse and buggy. And at that time, when Mr. Ford created the mass production of the automobile, I'm certain that there were people back then who were concerned about losing their jobs. There were blacksmiths that were put out of a job. There were stables that were put out of a job. There were the manufacturers that put together the stirrups and all of those things associated with horse and carriage. Many of those jobs definitely were lost. But look at all the jobs that were created as a result of the automobile. The same thing with pepper. When pepper is developed and designed, there are several thousand people that has to put that one piece of equipment together. Those are thousands of jobs that are being created. Additionally, more jobs will be created because somebody has to repair Pepper. As you just see, she had a malfunction. And so there will be jobs needed to be created just for that as well. And so we have, and you'll hear in our presentation tonight, hopefully, you will hear about the jobs that will be created as a result of some of the partnerships we have created. I want you to know that Seat Pleasant is on a journey and we're not turning back. But are you ready, is the question. Will you sit back and complain? Will you sit back and talk about everything and be negative? Or will you be a part of the transformation? Will you sit back and 5 years from now, 10 years from now, where there may be some changes in the demographics, and you start talking about them people and those people and everybody moving into our community? Well, was it your community 10 years prior? Were you involved? Were you engaged? Or do you sit back and want to complain and talk about white people coming to take over? Stop blaming white people for everything and blame yourself. Oh, yeah, I don't need a whole lot of applauses because I'm going to tell the truth, whether you applaud or don't applaud. I don't fear men's faces for what they say or do unto me. Lo, the Lord is always going to be with me until the ends of the earth. We've got to stop talking about people, stop being so negative, and start redirecting that energy for the development and the promotion of our community. That's what we have to do. And that's what we are doing here tonight. So I do have a surprise, and I was going to wait till later, but Pepper taking a little bit of time. August of 2018, we had a investor conference for a week in Atlanta, Georgia. I was happy to be joined by Councilwoman Hope Love of Ward 2, Councilwoman Sharika McCarthy at large, and Councilman Kelly Porter at large, who flew down to Atlanta with us. And we talked to various investors about what we are doing. We came back and we created a master plan with our citizens of Seat Pleasant to talk about what we envision for our city. And so I am pleased to make an announcement tonight, reference that. Honorable Eugene W. Grant referenced joint venture and a company that you'll hear about later, Spice, that the city of Seat Pleasant owns. This letter is to affirm our support and commitment to the city of Seat Pleasant, and are excited to be among the participants in the development of a new mixed-use commercial and residential project slated to begin in 2020. The project will span approximately 5 years with an estimated cost of $1.2 billion. Both the commercial and residential components will be state-of-the-art and incorporate new and innovative smart technologies. We look forward to providing your office with the complete project specifications, designs, and architectural renderings in the coming months. We will also coordinate with other partners, your office and Spice, to hold a press conference as part of our commitment to the city of Seat Pleasant and its residents. Respectfully yours, T.K. Davis, CEO, West Fidelity Consultants. Ladies and gentlemen, $1.2 billion coming to Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. As you can see, that if you believe in God, if you don't lose your faith, it don't matter if they take your car, Chief Martin. Huh? It don't matter if they lock you out of the building. It don't matter if they put you out your office. It don't matter, because the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It don't belong to them. We are joint heirs, and it all belongs to us. We will not be limited by what somebody does to us. We're going to continue to put one foot in front of the other foot. We're not going to look back. We're not going to go back. We're going to stay focused and keep our eyes on the prize. We're not quitters. We're fighters. And as I say finally, I thought of a scripture and a situation in the Bible. A situation where Saul was king. He was not the one that God chose. I'll say it again. He wasn't the one that God chose. There were people that made that choice. Like, how, if you people think you know more than God, how you gonna choose? You don't make the choice. God make the choice. And so therefore, there were some problems as a result of their choice. See, some of us need to wait on the Lord. Some of us need to be of good courage. Some of us need to have our heart strengthened. Some of us to make certain that we have some faith. We need to stop giving up so much and keep our eyes focused on Him. Because if you do that, if you trust in the Lord with all your heart and mind and soul, and don't lean to your own understanding, and allow Him to direct your paths, Something gonna happen for you. Something gonna happen for you. And so somebody made the wrong choice. They chose the wrong leader. And so there was a conversation between God and Samuel. He said, look, I've rejected this guy. He's not my guy. He's not mine. I've rejected him. But I'm going to send you somewhere. I'm going to send you to the house of Jesse, the son of Boaz. Huh? I'm going to send you somewhere. And I want you to go down there to Jesse's house. And I want you to have a conversation. But you know how some of y'all are. God tell you what to do, and you get a little scared. Well, you know, God, if I go there, you know, they might do something to me. Well, all right, I'm going to give you something. You go down there, and you do a consecration. And that will be the reason for you to go. But the real reason is I got somebody there. Somebody to do the leadership for the children of Israel. I got somebody. I want you to go get that somebody. And so he went, and he talked to Jesse. And Jesse paraded 7 of his sons before him. No, that's not the one. No, he's not the one. No, not him. No, certainly not him. So now, Jesse, let me just ask the question. Are you sure that this is all of your sons? So Jesse said, well, I do have another one, but he a ruddy boy. You know, remember when he had that saying in the scripture, when my mother and my father forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. And so Jesse did not automatically bring all of his sons. He left out David. And so he had to go get him. And Samuel saw that, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Well, I want you all to know, for a long time, they rejected C. Pleasant. We were the Davids. They looked everywhere else. They looked to everybody else's community to make investments. For years, they went somewhere else because they said we were ruddy. They said we wasn't worthy of it. But I want you to know God sent a leader to C. Pleasant, Maryland. And God said, you go to C. Pleasant and you lead, and don't you fear anybody in your leadership. And there are times that the leader had to go down on his knees, and he had to pray, and tears came out of his eyes. But God did not forsake us. And so now, your mayor is traveling all over the world, being invited to speak about your city. Last year in China, going back again this May to China, going to Kenya, Nigeria, and Ghana, going to Paris, and going to London to talk to these communities about what we're doing in little old C. Pleasant, that little ruddy city. And so I want you all to know tonight, don't give up. Stay together. Stay focused. You've got some great people sitting on this front row over here that we're going to partner with. You got your state's attorney right there, Aisha Boy. Look, she just got elected and already working with our police department. And then I won't reveal it, Chief, but they're working on a program. I just can't reveal it, but I'm so excited about it. The Register of Wills, she's sitting there. She's been here for 5 years straight, coming to teach our senior citizens on things that they need to do to protect themselves. I thank her for that. And then we got a new clerk of the court, coming in and already ushering in change at the courthouse. Let's give her a round of applause as well. But the State House didn't forget us. So the governor, Larry Hogan, sent his best friend, Stephen McAdams, to be here with us. He's been a friend, and they are already working, and we've been getting some more grants. Am I right, Chief? We've gotten more grants under this administration than we have before, so I thank the governor for his support. And yes, I got a new friend, Jack McDougal, the president of the Greater Washington Board of Trade. We're working together. Usually I don't want to steal the speech because I think Pepper's ready. But we're going to talk about that in just a few seconds. And David Harrington, my God, what a blessing to have David Harrington, the president of the Prince George's Chamber of Commerce, Prince George's Community College, the president of PEPCO is here tonight. And the general manager of WSSC, she's here tonight. We're already working together. So don't even worry about it. You're going to see some amazing things happening as a result of this digital transformation. Is Pepper ready? You do believe. Come on out, Pepper.
I think she's going to meet you at the couch.
She going to meet me at the couch? Well, she got to do something before she go to the couch, Larry. She got a special presentation she got to do.
Bring the chair over.
Yeah. So, we're gonna start off. What we're gonna do? All right, we can do that. I need the chair. All right, let's put it over here by Pepper, because Pepper's, she's being stubborn tonight. Right there. Bless her heart. Miss Jenelle Wallace, come to the stage. I want y'all to know that this is our Chief Operating Officer. I've known her for many years, and she has served a number of municipalities here in the city. Your escort left you? What's good? Yeah. Boy, we got to teach these young men right there to the seat. Yes, ma'am. And she has supported us for the past 3 years in a wonderful way. And we're so thankful for her leadership. Today is her 70th birthday. And we did not want this day to go by without that acknowledgement.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Let's give Miss Jenelle Wallace a round of applause. They're going to carry it for you. Give it another round of Pepper. Can Pepper come up a little closer so we can have our conversation? I don't know what's wrong with her today. Turn it.
She's scared of all you.
No, a lot more. On up.
Yes, sir.
So that I can see my screen. Look like it's. I'm gonna do it.
You want her facing you? I can turn that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Pepper is sensitive. Well, let's jump right in and talk about how our digital transformation has enabled us to achieve some of our economic development goals and confront some of the challenges facing the city. Okay, Pepper, thank you. Can you please elaborate on the economic development of Seat Pleasant?
Of course, Mayor Grant. For starters, we are beginning to organize and leverage all our city's data to drive our decisions. We're using this data to build new tools that make it easier for new businesses to set up shop here in Seat Pleasant. We're also streamlining our business license registration process. Our initial analysis estimates a 30 to 40% time savings. And finally, to combat 16% unemployment in the community, where 17% of the population live below the poverty level, we've entered into a first-of-its-kind partnership.
Pepper, tell the audience a little more about this partnership.
On June 19, 2018, the city of Seat Pleasant signed a memorandum of understanding with Prince George's Community College and Prince George's Chamber of Commerce to ensure the success of Seat Pleasant's Smart City initiatives. One of the main components of that agreement set forth a goal to develop a workforce that would be ready and equipped to thrive in the world of smart cities and smart regions, such as our partners, the Greater Washington Board of Trade's initiative to transform the DMV into a smart region. With this, our residents will be able to meet the challenges and the new innovations coming into the community and region.
What kind of progress has Seat Pleasant made since last June?
We made a ton of progress, actually. We met with representatives from Prince George's Community College to discuss and review a preliminary curriculum for Smart City workforce development. The curriculum will focus on the most pertinent Smart City applications. We want to ensure that our residents are not left behind and have a competitive advantage. We couldn't be prouder of the strides we are making on this front. Furthermore, our advancements in transforming Seat Pleasant into a smart city of excellence landed us a seat on the Advisory Council of the Greater Washington Board of Trade. Together, we will leverage our expertise, relationships, and partnerships to work to transform the entire DMV into a smart region over the next 10 years. This will be greater than the smart regions being developed in Phoenix, Arizona, Colorado, and Ohio.
Pepper, I'm really enjoying our discussion. Thank you.
Me too, Mayor Grant. This is a lot of fun.
Now that we have established how we met some of our economic development goals using smart technology, Pepper, can you please talk a little bit about our public engagement efforts over the past year?
Sure, Mr. Mayor. It's all about our citizens, a citizen-centric approach, and delivering the services they pay for. We did this by modernizing the way we deliver services, information, and the way we engage our citizens to be more responsive to the concerns of our residents. We have creative digital channels for them to communicate with us. Our goal is to make our residents feel connected to their local communities, and most importantly, to their local government.
Okay, Pepper, give me an example of how we are now engaging and connecting with our residents here in Seat Pleasant.
Definitely, Mayor Grant. Just as demonstrated earlier, on our 6-foot phone, we are connecting with residents through the new and improved My Seat Pleasant app. This mobile app, the best of its kind, is accessible from any Apple or Android device. Using this single app, residents can remain connected to their local government.
Okay, Pepper, show me the different types of information and services our new app provides.
Sure. City status updates can be accessed in real time, and another very cool feature allows residents to report issues in real time and can place automated service requests 24 hours a day and track the status of their request. And we're the only municipality in the U.S. that will also tell you the cost of that request through our app.
What improvements have we seen since we deployed the app?
Great question, Mayor Grant. I am pleased to report to the citizens that when we deployed the app, we improved our responsiveness by over 90%. It used to take us a few days to reply to an issue, and now it only takes us about half a day. Also, to save time, residents can file and obtain a police report for certain types of crimes on the app, another first-of-its-kind feature in the region.
Well, what else can it do?
Additionally, as you know, Mayor Grant, chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and heart disease are prevalent in Seat Pleasant. To address these health challenges, educational toolkits are available on the app and provide pertinent information on how to manage these health challenges. The app also provides a public forum for residents to engage with their neighbors in meaningful conversation. To sum it all up, the app serves as a one-stop shop for all your needs. Mayor Grant, I highly recommend all our residents download it today.
Yes, I recommend that our citizens download the app too. Let's keep the momentum going and talk about some of the smart technology within our public works department. What smart technology have we deployed within our public works department that adds value to our residents?
With our partners at Element Blue and Sensor Insight, we have recently begun installing environmental sensors in the city. The sensors collect data on the quality of the air in Seat Pleasant. As we continue to gather more and more air quality data, we'll begin to publish pertinent recommendations, such as the best time to go for a morning jog.
Why is this air data important to us?
Great question, Mayor Grant. This is important because the Seat Pleasant community has a prevalence of allergies, asthma, and other respiratory challenges. If we can give citizens real-time information about the quality of the air, we can potentially reduce the harmful effects of their conditions. In addition, this data can be used to inform other city operations. For example, a high prevalence of carbon monoxide in one area could suggest abnormal traffic congestion. With that type of knowledge, we can take action and revise traffic plans to redirect vehicles, thus eliminating traffic congestion. It produces carbon monoxide in the city and ultimately improve the respiratory health of pedestrians.
Now that we have discussed an example of the kind of technology that is improving our public works operation, let's now discuss our smart public safety initiatives.
Great idea, Mayor Grant. Public safety remains our #1 priority, and over the past 24 months, our team of dedicated officers, command staff, and community stakeholders have worked tirelessly to build a smart police department. Through the use of digital and communication technologies, we have improved public safety by anticipating crime to prevent incidents.
Please show the audience a few of the tools our public safety officers use to reduce and eliminate crime in Seat Pleasant.
Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence, uses the Center for Government Synergism, or CGS for short, predictive analytics, and heat mapping technology. These tools help public safety officials to map, forecast, visualize, and analyze current and future crime incident patterns. Use of this technology has resulted in the following: burglaries reduced by 37.5%, theft from auto reduced by 71%, citizen and commercial robbery reduced by 70%, property crime such as larceny reduced by 11%, and most importantly, we reduced violent crime by 14% over 2017. The information from these tools also helped identify that 13% of the city's breaking and entering crimes came from one property. This deployment of smart technology in our public safety space has resulted in a huge reduction in crime.
Yes, it has, Pepper, but you forgot about another stat. These data-driven solutions and smart policing practices have led to more criminal arrests in Seat Pleasant. In 2018 alone, the police department made over 307 criminal arrests, which is a 189% increase over the previous year.
My bad, Mayor Grant. How could I have forgotten that? I didn't mean to leave that one out, because that is an important stat for the citizens to know, given the misperception of crime here in Seat Pleasant and Prince George's County.
I really appreciate you presenting with me tonight. I recognize that you could have been anywhere in the world having a conversation with other people, but you chose to be with me and the citizens and residents of Seat Pleasant, and for that I thank you.
It was my pleasure, Mayor Grant, to be here in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence. Seat Pleasant is advancing at a blistering rate and one of the best-kept secrets in the region. I look forward to coming back soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me to thank Pepper for this engaging conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
We had a few technical difficulties at the beginning, but I think you get the picture and direction we are going. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Pepper another round of applause. Pepper and I discussed just a few examples of the innovative technologies we have begun to implement in Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence, and we are just scratching the surface. We're still working to achieve our goal of bringing city Wi-Fi, but we are on track to be the first municipality in the state of Maryland to offer ubiquitous 5G network services so that we can combat the digital divide. We plan to have smart home programs with services tailored to help our senior citizens age more gracefully in their homes. And we plan to implement technologies in the areas of smart mobility, smart healthcare, smart policing, smart energy, and smart civic engagement, just to name a few. Implementing new and better services for our residents is what being a citizen-centric smart city is all about. Seat Pleasant is in the midst of a technological renaissance. And I am proud to say that against the speed of technological change, not only have we responded, we have been blessed to become an authoritative voice at the table when other cities have called on us for assistance with their smart city initiatives. But our designation as the first authentic small smart city was not achieved in isolation. The city was just one part of the effort. Without the help of our public-private partnerships, none of this would have been possible. PEPCO, Prince George's Chamber of Commerce, Prince George's Health Department, Kaiser Permanente, the Greater Washington Board of Trade, the University of Oklahoma, WSSC, just to name a few of our limited partners. I want to especially thank IBM, who began this journey with us and for our partnership over the past 3 years. Partnerships are so vital to our success. I want to specifically mention our partnership with Prince George's Community College. I would like to recognize, although she was not able to be here tonight, help me to recognize Dr. Charlene M. Dukes, president of Prince George's Community College, for her leadership and commitment to ensuring that the residents of Prince George's County are not left behind during this digital transformation. Give her another round of applause. Thank you. We have really been enriched by our dynamic and collaborative partnerships. I now want to switch gears and discuss some other key city initiatives that are underway. On May 7, 2018, with the approval of the Venerable City Council, the Seat Pleasant Economic and Community Development Corporation, Incorporated, was established to expand and diversify the services offered to our constituency. On that same day, with approval from the City Council, the Seat Pleasant Investment Corporate Enterprise, LLC, was also established. This corporate entity will be owned by the City of Seat Pleasant. All profits generated by this entity will be reinvested and channeled back into improving the services we deliver. If I'm not mistaken, members of both boards are here. Please stand to be acknowledged. We believe both entities will open countless doors for funding opportunities, workforce development, sponsorship, and social services. At this time, I'd like to tell you about a few more of our noteworthy accomplishments this past year. In June of 2018, the city was selected as one of the 25 areas in Prince George's County designated as an opportunity zone. These zones are census tracts designated by the state and federal government to expand our economic development in distressed communities. This designation will increase funding opportunities for municipal services and provide tax incentives to potential investors, one of which you heard me mention earlier, who develop in these zones. Also of significance was our recent award from Governor Larry Hogan of $100,000 through the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. This money is used towards the kickstart of the economic development efforts that you will see along Martin Luther King Highway, our new revitalization corridor. When complete, Martin Luther King Jr. Highway will be the new feature of Prince George's County with mixed-use developments, numerous restaurants, pedestrian-friendly streetscapes, and other amenities that will promote a better quality of life in our beloved city as outlined in our strategic plan that you can read on our website. Ladies and gentlemen, our progress is real and our countenance cannot be shaken. We will no longer dine from the table of disadvantage and drink from the cocktail of disappointment. And for those of you who doubted us throughout our journey to become a smart city was just some pressing and passing phenomenon, know that your doubts has been our greatest source of inspiration and motivation. Someone once said, for those who rushed to see your downfall, be sure to give them an invitation to your uprising. That someone was me. And those invitations have already been mailed out. With dedication, united with action, our city is thriving. But with God, our city will continue to transcend the highest of summits, the widest of gulfs, and the broadest of valleys. May God bless each of you, and may God bless the city of Seat Pleasant, a smart city of excellence.